Hey, why can't I lead? I behave like Jared.
You can't lead every time around. Besides, if Jared's on this roster, he has to lead sometimes.
Jared, how dare you make me trail? That's it, I'm reporting you to the Yardmaster when we get to the destination.
Oh no, this is a recipe for disaster.
Excuse me? You're gonna get it now, Jared.
Don't you realize he was assigned to lead this train?
I always knew Ben wasn't the smartest, but of all the foolish things he's done over the years, this really takes the cake.
I've never seen anything like it.
What in the blazes? You were supposed to have left with your train over an hour ago, you foolish engines! What happened?
You see, sir, this won't be very easy to explain, but they're having an all-out war over who gets to lead.
They what?
I don't know for sure what happened, but apparently everyone wants to lead now.
Well, don't just idle there, do something about it.
I'll try.
Well, did it work?
It wasn't easy. I heard one engine say, "How dare you make me trail," or something like that. Something I never heard in my years of existence, because most engines don't mind trailing.
Dear God, this is even more messed up than when Target removed the gender signs from many of their products. No wonder they're going downhill.
Well, looks like I'll be leading the way.
You? Forget it.
What's got into you? I'm just going by what the waybill says. Besides, I thought that you knew that it doesn't matter if we're from different railroads.
But it does matter. It does matter if we're from different railroads, because the more powerful and reliable locomotives belong to CSX, and the weaker engines belong to NS.
Oh, shut up.
We better go. We don't want to be like Shawn is right now.
Those idiots. Sorry, I was acting different than normal.
It's alright. Sometimes I get stressed out about conflicts, and I wish all engines from different railroads could get along. I think it depends on the engines though. Sometimes when I go to New Orleans, I see NS, CSX, and KCS locomotives giving each other a three-way death stare. Let's just go.
The last time, I was assigned to lead, so suck it up. Jesus Christ, what is wrong with you engines these days?
I can relate.
Hey Shawn, how you doing?
Very annoyed. Sometimes there are engines who are complaining about trailing and are idiotic enough to get the train's leader in trouble.
Understood. A GP40-2 tried to report me earlier today. What is this world coming to?
On my run through train today, the trailing Jeevo was fussing about it. Even though a few days earlier, we went 70 miles per hour through the desert at high speed.
We all know that B units would trail no matter what. The last B unit built in America was the GP60B, because by that point, it was the same price to build a locomotive style cab as one with a cab. Back in the days, B units were cheaper.
You talk to veteran Railfans or employees too much.
Whatever.
Nicholas has a point, you know.
Will I be able to share the work orders without a death battle for the lead position?
I think I'd rather trail just to avoid these stressful conflicts.
Well, I'd rather be yelled at for doing my job than work with an engine like Ben, and I've had to trail behind several of our enemies in my lifetime, but that doesn't matter.
I'm surprised we didn't need helpers at Johnstown.
It all depends on the horsepower-tonnage ratio, you know? Oh no.
What?
Over there.
Who said you could be in front?
My controller. From now on, I'm in charge of this train. Now let's get going. We must get to Johnstown to let other trains have a clear right of way.
Just take the back.
Not on my watch. Orders say to serve as front helpers, and besides, I'm already coupled on, so why waste time moving to the back?
Oh no, this is plaguing engines all over. I'm surprised we haven't been affected yet.
And if we could just know how this all started, because the first step to correcting a mistake is to acknowledge the problem.
I might have an idea.
You do?
Not long ago, I overheard Ben trying to get Jared in trouble just for leading. And he radio called a bunch of engines and told them about the monstrosity of having a trail.
That fool!
But isn't he breaking the rules? Locomotive radios aren't used to have conversations. They're used to communicate with dispatch and other trains.
Ah, and then I guess they all blindly followed him like a flock of sheep. That foolish engine. He makes engines like Dave look good. Then again, Dave and a lot of his friends were delivered normal. It took circumstances to make them bad, including Ben and his shenanigans. Like one time in 2008 when he played Dave like a deck of cards.
This train feels a lot lighter than normal.
Yeah, about that. Check your mirrors.
What on earth? Where's our train?
I did feel some odd movement between my coupler and the first car, but I shrugged it off as the hose is being tightened or something. Either way, we better go back.
Ben, you idiot. I lost 5 minutes and I'm about to lose more. Not to mention you could get us in trouble.
Oh, whatever.
I've got to make Ben realize what he sparked.
I swear to God, if you complain about trailing one more time, I'll make sure you're stuck switching the Coca-Cola plant across from the Virginia Museum of Transportation for a week.
Aw, but I was switching Eastman Chemicals in Kingsport, Tennessee last week.
Well, be glad you're facing the other way. You can lead tomorrow's train.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, Caleb. I don't know what's gotten into me. Never had this problem before. I tell ya, steam engines must be lucky they usually work alone.
Yeah, double header is more common than you think, especially on steep hills. course, some steam engines found themselves on helper duty towards the end of their careers. I can see how the idea of replacement led some steam engines to get sensitive over little things like trailing.
Hey, what are you doing?
We're going to help you get over this hill.
No need, thank you. I'm proficient with getting trains over steep grades. Sometimes I may need additional locomotives, but one steam engine is enough.
For your information, I was assigned by dispatch to take the lead over this grade. When we get to Christiansburg, you'll be on your own from there. Now quit your fussing and let's roll.
You sure you don't need help, Kyle?
My dear chap, please do not take offense to this, but I'd rather work alone.
But why? Do you not like me or something?
No. Just look at that big boy over there. They can go over Sherman Hill alone.
What's your point? Their Challenger cousins couldn't always do that.
As a friendly competition, and as I'm a strong freight hauler, why don't I show him how good I can handle it?
What if you get stuck or lose your brakes going downhill? You wouldn't want that.
I'll be fine. I'm not even equipped with multiple uniting anyways, and I work alone all the time. Think you're so powerful? Let me show you myself getting this train to Laramie with no helpers. Adios.
You couldn't possibly. There's no way you can match my power.
Eat those words during your retirement. Aha!
Retirement? Oh, heck no!
Hey, you want me to serve as front-end helper?
I'm fine, thank you.
Jeez, calm down, bro.
Just mind your own business, okay? I'm not in the mood.
So Kyle got stuck on the grade and needs my help? This will be amusing. Let's see who's gloating now.
Well, I'm going to get to the bottom of this, even if it takes all week.
My God, what happened?
Ben was going to give them their train, but he decided to have fun by hiding it. Then they get broadsided by it. One of the engines had their event recorder and their cab turned on, so all was seen.
Mr. Edwards, did you see what just happened outside? I'm right here, of course I did. I don't know what caused it, though. Well, I do. It was Ben. That foolish idiot! Not like this the first time, though. What do you mean? I'll be right back. Here we go. This manila folder encases files on many engines sent here, and I have Ben's record on file right here.
What does Appendix B say?
Other missing information like the South Carolina derailment and grade crossing accident he had. Also several switching incidents which caused delays to other trains. While on the topic of him, the primary reason I came to see you was because he was the one who caused all those locomotives to complain about trailing behind other motors. What?
If every yard switcher was a Ben clone, how much faith do you think the customers would lose in the railroads?
Probably a lot. Sadly, there have historically been switchers with similar behavior. That PRR A5 named Joey was one. C&J had an NW2 with a bad case of Ben. I've heard of many Baldwin S12s, some S2s or S4s. Great Northern SW7. Few SW1500s. There could have been many. Where's Ben right now?
He's at the depot talking to a Railfan.
Keep your 645s and 7 FTL-16 running.
And then when railfanning the Southern Transcon last year, I got this 6-unit BNSF Z train outside of Gallup, New Mexico. No different from what you see at Flagstaff and Williams, except at the latter, you get the Grand Canyon Railway action.
Lucky you. Though, get out of here, H3 Jivo.
Ben, you're in deep trouble.
Oh, I just remembered. I gotta get going to work now if I want to beat the traffic.
Alright, Ben, you better have a damn good explanation for what happened in the yard and why everyone's arguing about leading and trailing.
Well, you see, sir, I thought it'd be fun and games. Guess not.
You call that fun? Railroads are not carnivals, amusement parks, or playgrounds. They are businesses. And locomotives are not toys, they're equipment. I don't know what world you live in if you think this Lionel or Athern or any model trains where you can set it up any way you want. It's not even the locomotive's decision to lead, that's based on the yardmasters.
Not to mention you distract employees when they're trying to edit the work orders for the next day or anything.
Now, hold still while I pull your fuel cutoff to immobilize you. Mr. Edwards, you realize that with that done, Ben can't admit his mistakes to the engines who blindly followed him with their complaining. If you three are more active than he is, I'm sure you can do it.
Great. Another example of how we always pay a price for Ben's errors.